Welcome to SRG Insights, where we answer your questions about sales, sales management, and sales training. And today's question is...
George Brontan, founder of Membrane.com, asks, how do you hold the sales team accountable for executing your sales process?
That's a really great question. I acknowledge it's not easy. Salespeople are often, very outcome-oriented, and there's a temptation possibly to skip aspects of the sales process. And in actuality, that works to their detriment. Companies typically have a well-thought-through sales process, and when properly executed, that gives you the highest probability of winning. So here are 3 things you can do to create accountability around your sales process. And the first one is really making sure that the sales process is well documented. It shouldn't be taken for granted that people automatically know the sales process. It should be documented. It should be visible, easily accessible, and communicated on a regular basis, perhaps during sales meetings, perhaps during orientation. Also, if you think about an example of that might be in call planning. So if call planning is a part of your sales process, you want to make sure that salespeople are in fact conducting the research they need to do up front. Who's the customer they're calling on, what business are they in, what are some of the key events that are taking place within that company, what kind of background and experience does the individual they're meeting with have, and then using what they've learned in that research to develop very specific call objectives, saying if in fact this call is successful, this is the type of outcome I would expect from my customer. The second area that you can really work on to improve accountability around the sales process adherence is training, and making sure that the sales process isn't only understood, but the specific skills that are part of that sales process are really learned and can be applied on a regular basis. So another example would be if identifying needs is a key skill area, you want to make sure that they're actually proficient in terms of the questions they're asking, using active listening skills, and really understanding what the customer's needs are. And there's sometimes a temptation, particularly from veteran salespeople, thinking they already know what the customer's needs are. There's 2 risks there. First of all, they may not be right. Second of all, even if they are right, it's better when the customer articulates their own needs. This way the salesperson can tie back the value to what they heard from the customer. And then the third area that's really important, in terms of maybe most important to adherence to a sales process, is ongoing coaching. And the best coaching happens through actual observation. So maybe you're going out on a sales call and you're observing someone, and maybe you're seeing the salesperson is trying to close way too early, because what maybe they should be doing is getting feedback from the customers. You want to make sure that they're asking for feedback on an ongoing basis so that objections don't just build up during the sales process. And then are they actually using your model, the model they've been trained on, to address those objections? So again, in summary, kind of 3 things you can do to really build good execution around your sales process. Number 1, make sure it's well documented, understood, and communicated. Make sure that you're providing training so that everyone really understands not only the process, but how to apply specific skills that relate to your process. And then ongoing coaching to make sure that from a real-world application standpoint, they're using those skills and not skipping steps during the process.